Hey everybody, how you doing? I am just taking some time to do a live stream here to just kind of update everybody and just try to kind of get back into doing some videos when I just have the chance, like right now. Um, it's not always a good idea to say when you're going to leave the house, say where you're going, and stuff like that. But when you're to this point, it's actually I think a good idea. So I'm on my way out to Mesa right now for my daughter's softball game, and I've been getting a lot of street theater lately. I've taken a lot of time off of these videos because I own a business. I'm sure a lot of you have heard me talk about or sick of hearing me talk about. Um, and if any of you have ever run a business, you know that if you don't put 100% of your time into it, then it's just not going to work. You have to have passion for it. Even if you put 100% of your time into it and you don't have passion for it, you're going to get burnt out. And that's almost where I'm at right now. But I still have fun doing my job. But that's what I've been doing non-stop recently, just non-stop. I'm not complaining, but I had this business that I run used to be run by 3 people, and that was kind of comfortable. We could have a work day, take some time off at the end of the day, and then go do something. And then it went down to one person for a minute. I don't know, for a few weeks. And my son moved here to Arizona and has helped me for the last couple years. And um, he just moved back to California. So I think it was a good thing for him. I hope. I hope it was the best thing for him. Um, he had made the decision to move back to California on his own. It happened a little earlier than he had planned, and some just really negative things happened. So everybody's okay now for the most part, uh, and just kind of moving on. So now that puts me to where I'm by myself doing this. I've got 17,000 items in my store. They all have to be perfectly organized in order for me to find them. They have to be, found, uh, photographed, or found, rehabbed, photographed, researched, listed, organized to be put away, wait for them to sell, then you get them back out of the inventory. Oh, thanks, Willis. Willis is drinking my water. Back out of the inventory, ship them out, and repeat that whole process. It takes a lot of time. So that's what I've been doing for this last over a month, just nonstop, reorganizing my entire inventory. I've been organizing my paperwork, getting ready for court. I have court on March 25th, and so my original attorney was Mark J. Victor. I paid him $35,000. Paid a psychological evaluator $5,000. I thought that was what was those people. If I gave them that money, they would really dig into this, like they do on TV. Turned out I realized they were on the other side and did everything they could to throw me under the bus. So I lost all that. I had to ask that attorney to formally withdraw, and I was forced to accept a public defender. I asked that guy to do some very simple things um, that I even wrote down. I wrote down for him to do. It wasn't like he had to do any research. I gave him everything, and he just refused to do it. When Jason Goodman was here from New York and went to court with me, Jason even asked him, like, why can't you do your job? Like, all it is your job. You don't have to do anything. You just do your job. And the guy's like, it's not my job. So what is that guy's job? Then Jason said, "What do you do? Do you not care about the Constitution? You don't care about the Constitution, huh?" And the guy just stayed silent. We were in the elevator for a little bit with him, and I filmed that. I've got it on video. So anyway, I had to ask that guy to formally withdraw. You can't, you're firing them, but you have to ask that attorney to formally withdraw. And so got rid of Milo Iniguez, Iniguez. He's got a private practice here in Phoenix, if anybody wants to go that. Uh, so now I have a new one, and I'm just asking him to do what. Well, I haven't even spoken with this guy yet, but I'm just going to give him basically the list of things that I'm legally allowed, that should be provided by law. And I'm driving on the freeway right now, so if I get sidetracked, it's not because I'm just having a hard time talking here. I'm on the 10, Phoenix. It's like LA with less traffic. So anyway, that's where I'm at with this case thing. I'm going on March 25th. I don't care about saying the dates or where I'm going to be, because the people that stalk and harass me already know where I'm going to be. So that's that point. Yeah, so this thing's drug out for a long time. I've had this ankle monitor on my leg since January 4th. Not of this year, last year. I'm still going through that. Oh, okay, so that's one thing I can talk about. I made a video of the the pretrial services ankle monitor company. I think it's just called pretrial services. Let's see, yeah, the officer's been coming out to my house. Just shows up when I'm taking the psychological evaluation, 600 question MMPI, Minneapolis multiphasic inventory test. You need to focus on, concentrate, be in a good state of mind to take it. I get a call from this guy right in the middle of my test. Where are you? What are you doing? What? What? I need to see you right now. Like, yeah, I'm kind of busy. Well, what are you doing? I said, I'm taking a test. You know, stuff like that. Go show up at my house at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, and want to ask me personal questions. And I just talked to him about my case, because I didn't say anything to him that I wasn't saying on my videos. And, you know, I'd gotten backed up with my work, needed to get stuff done. I have a job where I can't just kind of talk for an hour, you know. If I talk on the phone for an hour, actually, which I have been recently, I'm working. Got my headphones in, I'm doing photos, I'm having a conversation while I'm working. Otherwise, you know, I don't have time usually just to sit there for an hour, especially when I don't choose to have the conversation. You know, I'm an adult human being. I should be able to choose who I have a conversation with, and that wasn't going on. So finally one day I just said, you know, I said, hey, I don't have time for this. What do you need me to do? Like, legally, what do I have to do for you? And as soon as I said that, oh, hey, don't get excited. Don't get it. You don't want to go down this road. You don't want to go down this road. Don't do it this way, Michael. Don't get excited. You don't want to ruin your probation and have to go back to jail. Start threatening me immediately, just because I didn't want to have a fucking conversation with the guy. I'm gonna do my best not to cuss, whatever you want to call it, offend some people, but you know, I am who I am. That's all that I am. God, I shouldn't do these live. Sometimes I'll say stuff like that, edit it out, but whatever. Few days after that, week after that, I get a call from the supervisor from pretrial services saying, I understand there was a situation, you know. So I explained to her the exact same thing I just explained to you. So I didn't want to go through that. If we could set up an appointment, that'd be fine, and that way I could just know when he's going to show up at my house. You know, like people do. She said, we can't set up an appointment, but if you want to come down to the pretrial offices, they'll check you in down there. And would you like a new officer? I said, absolutely. You know, and yeah, well, I won't even go into the conversations I had with that officer, because it's like the officer-friendly thing to just get as much information out of you as possible. And then when you say, no, I don't feel like giving you information right now, all of a sudden, hey, you're acting funny. No, I'm not. I just don't want to tell you what I have going on right now. It's, you know, some of this stuff is confidential information. That's my personal information. So, long story short, actually, no, this is still a long story. It's not short. They gave me a new officer. I went down there to go get checked in, go through the process, whatever it was going to be, my hour-long conversation that I thought I was going to go through. And my buddy that actually lives in the same neighborhood as me, um, he's an Arizona auditor. If you haven't checked out his videos, he does First Amendment audits of, in front of police departments, in front of FBI headquarters, in front of government contract, this guy's getting in my lane, facilities, things like that that are sensitive areas, but it's still legal to film outside of those areas because we have a First Amendment, constitutional right to film in public. As long as you're not committing a crime, there's no reason for them to, detain you and question you. You don't have to answer questions if you're not committing a crime. And things have kind of started, they've really changed to where, you cannot be committing a crime, and then all of a sudden, if you decide you want to, you don't have to be friendly to these guys. I suggest that you do be as friendly as possible, but you don't have to. And when some people are like, hey, leave me alone, they get irritated because they're not, their ego didn't get stroked, and then all of a sudden you hear, stop resisting, stop resisting. You're like, wait, what did I do? That's never happened to me, knock on wood. The stop resisting thing, yeah, when they pulled a gun on me, I put my hands up in the air. I wasn't like, whoa, yeah, I'm gonna put these up as high as I can before you have a chance to smoke me, sir. One time, January 4th. Okay, so let's see what's else going on. What else is going on here? The last interview I did was with Dr. Catherine Horton, and I thought it was a good interview. She was saying that Trump was a Mason, Illuminati, and there's a lot of Illuminati symbolism and stuff like that in his photo. And I wasn't trying to go there. I'm a Trump fan still. I like Executive Order 13818. I like the Uniform Code of Military Justice update. I like the 70,000 indictments and who it looks like they are directed towards. From what I'm looking at, from what I'm researching, it looks like we're on track for something really good to happen for targeted individuals, in my opinion. I might be wrong. But anyway, that was the last interview I did, and Dr. Horton and Romola Dahamara used to be good friends, not workers, but anyway, they were working together, getting a lot of stuff done. They had a falling out. I don't know the entire story, but the people are picking sides, and I hadn't gone there. I like both of them. They're very well spoken. They're both very smart. They both seem to be pushing towards an end to this, and something happened. I don't know. After seeing good relationships being manipulated and torn apart over and over by these people, I can imagine that people that we never get to really know who they are behind the scenes, doing this kind of stuff. So I don't know what happened there, but I did this interview with Dr. Horton, and the next thing I know, and I don't even know if it was actually from Gerald, but the next thing I know, I'm getting a message from my friend who I've talked to on the phone many times, sent letters back and forth. He's written me letters to court, and I get a message from him saying, hey, you've done an interview with the enemy. I can't keep in contact with you. And I understand why I'm stuck. I'm not sure what's going on here, who's who and what's going on, but my intention wasn't to, get 86 out of a specific group. So I hope that Gerald and I can have another conversation sometime, and he understands that I'm not like taking sides. All I'm doing is trying to do interviews with people that can get information out, and then the public can disseminate that information to their friends and family, and do their own research. And like Jason Goodman always, the name of his show, crowdsource the truth. You know, not everything that's said in these talks, these podcasts, these live streams is stuff that we've researched and is 100% fact. Sometimes they're like, hey, this is a possibility, this could be a certain situation, hey, maybe everybody should look into it, and then you have that idea, you put that information out there, and then a few thousand people can start going with the information, start digging into it, getting that information out. And with everybody, just like open source computer software, everybody puts their information in, they update it, it gets better, and it evolves. And that's what crowdsourcing the truth, crowdsourcing information is. It's a lot of what I do. I started trying to kind of not copy Jason's show, but trying to make my show more professional and have multi cameras and everything, and that's awesome. The people that can do that and manage that and maintain that and focus on all of it, that is a really good way to do it. I realized it was detracting from the information I was putting out, because basically that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get as much out there as possible, let everybody research what they can. Maybe they know some information, and I put this information out, and they go, oh my god, that links up together. I can put that on my little map, my own style Q map, which I'm thinking of designing, not thinking, I have it on my list of things to do, a graphic map for targeted individuals. Dr. Horton made a pretty awesome one that shows the hierarchy and the infiltration of different compartmentalized, organized groups that take part in the organized stalking and harassment. But yeah, I'd like to do some kind of graphic like that. I'm sorry I'm not reading any of these comments right now because I'm still on the 10. I should have my directions on. I'm pretty sure I remember the way to get here. But I might even need to, when I get to a certain point here, I might need to end this, and I'll just start it again, do another live stream, because I have more stuff to talk about. So I'm sorry, I'm licking my lips. It's pretty damn dry in Arizona. I mean, they have signs that say it's a dry heat. I know there's certain things that are triggers for people that are targeted, that clearly understand what just said, and then there's other people that are like, why is this guy apologizing for licking his lips or doing that? So it's one of those things, you gotta been gone through it, or okay, wait, let's see here. North, east. I gotta pay attention here for a minute, people. Well, I mean, I'm constantly paying attention. I need to really super focus on this one though, because this here. I'll turn the camera around, you can just see. Oh, that didn't. Okay. So it's 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon on the 10. Kind of looks like the 405. So anybody thinking of moving to Arizona for the great traffic? When I first got here like 4 years ago, it was pretty good, and it just got thicker and thicker. I mean, if you're targeted, you've had fake traffic jams. You know what I'm talking about? All right, let's see here. Let's stay on this one. Is this thing even broadcasting right now? Can anybody give me like a thumbs up or anything if this thing is broadcasting? It just went dark. You're good. Okay, good go. Thanks. Yeah, I turned this thing on live stream too to get me here safely. Might do one on the way back. But I've had some real. Oh, okay, yeah. Here's the other issue. Since I've been gone, you know, pretty much, been throwing up a couple ukulele videos, nothing really too important since the helicopter video. But I stopped recording, you know, on the road. When I go in stores, you know, I did a few times when it was getting just stupid. Well, it's always stupid, but when it was getting on the scale, like up to like a 9, uh, I just laid off. And the less I filmed, the more these people kicked in their street theater stuff. They were like, hey, he's not filming. He's not filming. We can do it all we want. It's by himself. Go for it. Let's have a field day. And so there was an obvious change when I stopped filming. But I also stopped giving a shit for the most part. I just ignored. I'm back now. Okay, this is giving me. All right, I'm gonna try to do something here real quick. Sorry, you have to look at